It's showtime!
Remember, we're not allowed to hit the table, so we just do these.
It's for them, not for us.
It's for the people.
Because the microphone is very sensitive.
So, Toby.
This week in startups.
Actually,
the end of the week, though.
It's the end of the week.
You're not coming in tomorrow.
I'm not coming in tomorrow. Good Friday.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a good day to take off.
But you bought some.
Yeah, Toby. I got a question for you. Would you like some Easter eggs?
I love Easter eggs.
So we got these at Creative Cubes today, and there's an abundance of them. We got hot cross buns. We got mimosas this morning and drinks this afternoon.
Do you know there was a Easter egg hunt, right?
No, I had no idea.
So some of these Easter eggs were opened up, the chocolate was removed, and something else was put inside.
Really?
Free meeting credits.
Ooh.
Discount this. Free coffees.
Ooh. You know I like that.
They're around the property. You got to go look for them.
Really?
Yeah.
So if I just do a little bit of shaking around.
I think the ones in the bowls are like, because you don't have to look for those.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's actual little hidden things going on. Okay, I like that.
I was going to shove this in my mouth, and I will, but I don't want to lose audience.
It's so addictive. All right. So this week in startups, cool stuff happened.
Yep.
What I love is seeing two companies go head to head, try and battle it out. And this week, two big giants in the game tried to battle it out for an interesting sector.
Yep.
Now we know everyone. I've got a MacBook. Everyone at university levels has MacBooks.
Yep.
You have a MacBook. Everyone's got them. But interestingly, Apple and Google have been battling it out in their tablet space, but not for an older segment, but actually for the kinder to 12 segment. So the school age segment. And they've both, one day apart, released tablets.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
I'm so glad they've done this, by the way. I was in Los Angeles over the summer, and my girls have got iPad 2.
Yeah.
They're 6 and 3. They don't need the latest and greatest. They really don't, and they're not spoiled. They're really not. But I just was like, I want to get them a new iPad.
Right.
And I walked into the store, and I was like, girls, what color do you want? Rose gold, silver, black. And then I went to go pay for it, and I was like, no, this is excessive. I need to walk away right now. And I basically yanked myself out the store.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that they've bought a cheaper version.
Yeah, and
to
so
the market.
they're trying. What's interesting is that in 2013, Apple was almost the number one in classrooms across the US.
Amazing.
So they were in 50% of classrooms, and they were doing really well. But between then and now, something crazy has happened. They've moved down to number 3 with Google and Microsoft really hitting the education sector hard.
I would never buy a tablet, Microsoft Surface. I would never buy a Google, whatever they call them. But they're it's not because I would never, because I'm so diehard Apple. But bloody hell, they make a good product, and It's very tempting.
And it's very tempting. And so I think the thing that is crazy for schools is that for so long, especially compared to Apple for a regular neighborhood school, is that they can go to Google or Microsoft and say, hey, what enterprise solutions do you have for us? How can we buy in bulk and get it cheaper? And Apple hasn't been able to offer that same kind of solution to schools. So now they've come out with an offering where they're going to give $30 discounts per iPad, which is small comparatively.
Hold on, but wait.
If they're buying in bulk, if educators are buying them.
We're talking about $30 here?
Yeah, so that's Apple's solution, right?
But, no, historically, or because they made an announcement.
Currently, this is their most recent solution to try and sway people to.
This is pre new iPad launch, though, right?
No, this is new iPad launch. So the new iPad is priced around $329. So is the Chromebook that was announced this week also.
I haven't. I've been so busy. I haven't caught up on price point, but
so this is $329 US. Sorry.
That's fine. $329 US. Ta-da! We got a new iPad, and it's only $329.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm still up for $660. I thought this thing was supposed to be like
whiz bang.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. No, so it's not. And I think the issue with Apple here is that they actually haven't approached this in the right way. They haven't come into the market and said, what can the average consumer buy? They're like, people love Apple products, and so people who can want to buy a personal product, they'll spend money on Apple. But if you're buying, each kid in the classroom has to have one for education, they also need all these other things to come with it. They need free keyboards to come with their iPads. They need free styluses. And Microsoft and Google are offering that for their students. And Apple are not. And so they've fallen down these key areas that to me kind of seem obvious. Right?
Guys, how am I supposed to defend you here?
How? And so this is a difficult thing because I think they've released amazing software. You know, Apple famously has great apps that can teach kids how to code using gamification.
Yep.
And it's really amazing.
Yep.
It's recognized. Swift Playgrounds is recognized as some of the best. But you know, if that's all that you have, price point is a big and added extras are major issues for kids in the classroom. And if you want every kid to have your product, you need to start thinking about different ways that you can offer it.
Yeah, look, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think maybe a way to overcome that is a subscription, hardware subscription model.
And just kind of like pay it off over time type thing and replacement every 2 to 3 years.
Because $3.29 US is going to probably be $4.99 Aussie.
$4.99 to $5.99 somewhere.
Maybe even $5.99.
Yeah.
To my girls, Maddie and Harper, you better not break your iPads. Because you're going to be rocking them for a long time.
Time for you to get those like hardcore tradie cases.
Guys, there was such a big announcement about the new release of a cheaper iPad coming.
Yeah, and it's cheaper.
$3.29 is not. It's not
significant. It's not significant, and you could have done better, Apple. That's all. Could have done better.
Embarrassing me here, guys. Timmy,
come on, buddy. Speak to this guy, product legend.
Come on, Tim.
So, actually, did you know that I've been moving houses this week? That's why I haven't been in for some of it. You might have noticed.
I thought you guys like
just like in and out all the time. No.
Yeah, I thought like honestly, I thought that. You know, the guys that sit at the top of the hill really don't do that much work. It's the junior guys that do all the work.
So, no, I played truck driver one this week, removalist.
Cool.
Loved it.
Yep.
Tell
me you used some level of technology to help you and you didn't have to...
Well, I air-tasked some things, whatever the terminology is. Hit us up if you know the right word.
Tusk it out, yeah.
And so I used some of that. Nothing really crazy. You know, the cheapest way, I guess, to move houses is just to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm young. I'm moving out with my girlfriend and a couple friends. So for us, it's really easy. We just pull our effort together and do it. But what really frustrated me this week was building furniture. And I don't know if you've built IKEA products before.
Yeah, I lived on IKEA when I lived in the States. The first 5 years, I said to Sim, if it's not from IKEA, we're not buying.
Right? And it's like, sometimes you get these instructions and you're pulling your hair out.
I got a funny story. I actually had a landlord that came to do their annual inspection, and they walked into the apartment, they're like, where is the furniture? I was like, what do you mean? This is it. They're like, but there's nothing here. And I go, because I gave up on IKEA. I'm like, I can't put another thing together, so I'm not buying.
So I saw this really cool app this week that kind of helped me solve, or not an app, it's a concept by a designer. And he's come up and said, let me help you, IKEA. He's not affiliated with IKEA at all. He said, let me help you, IKEA. Not yet, but this might be his like... He's up and coming. Let me help you make your product more accessible, because ultimately, like, some of them you just can't build.
Sure.
And it's downright frustrating. So what he's done,
You put it upside down. Like, you put it in the wrong way.
and then you got to take it like everything apart and like.
That's why I gave up. We just
Yeah.
moved off.
And so this is called Assemble AR, and it uses augmented reality from your phone to layer on the parts to show you how they should go. The screws in the right way, tells you which way to put the boards. And so that element of visualization that is sometimes really hard to translate from that 2D piece of paper goes onto your phone, shows you how to do it, shows you step by step.
This piece, you idiots, and this piece. Join them together. I always wondered whether or not someone would create an abusive version of GPS. You idiots! I told you left back there. Now I wonder if they can get the abusive and like almost school us with no, not that piece, that one.
You idiot. You idiot. So I think that's cool. Like, I wish this was around this week. I've been like pulling my hair out.
That's amazing.
Right?
I love that idea.
We'll link it below. The video obviously has a bit of post editing, but it's a really cool concept. And I think IKEA, if you pick this up, good idea.
Yeah, I think IKEA should.
Yeah,
it's like the ultimate. And maybe you pay a small subscription, and you know, or you can send me the business model. I'll take care of it all for you.
Toby's got it. So. Weirdly, this week there was a group of university researchers that have come up with a new wearable.
Tell me this was here in Melbourne?
It wasn't. I don't believe it was in Melbourne.
Okay.
Tufts University. I don't
Taft.
Know.
Tuft. Yep.
Tuft. So it goes onto your tooth.
Yeah.
And so the potential is huge. It can give you nutritional information, get your glucose levels.
Wow.
Get all this data for you, potentially, to help you assess your nutritional needs on an instant basis.
Man, I would absolutely get that. I've had some kidney issues historically, and this week it's been playing up a little bit. And I'm super sensitive, and I'm thinking about, like yesterday, I went and had the most amazing steak from Swan Street here.
Yeah, at the Muscleria place?
The butcher that cooks for you. So you walk in, it's like a butcher, and you're like, how would you like it prepared? Amazing. I actually became friends with him. He's moving in a couple of weeks.
That's BD. That's BD.
No. And he was like, what are you doing? I told him, he was like, oh man, I can't. He goes, I can't work from the top of the shop anymore. It's too much. But I actually was contemplating, it's like, you know, I've got a bit of a sore kidney today. Don't know if protein is
the right thing.
I think I need to lay low on it. I still feel like I need some protein, so that's where I went, because he's got really lean, amazing food. But I wonder, there's no indicator on my body that says no,
or you've had too much, you've had too little, and give you that like granular analysis.
Yep.
I think it's really cool.
I think
it's
really
just
cool.
A little sticker on your tooth. Maybe it does a bit more than your Apple Watch. And, you know, a little bit more invasive, you know.
Wait, it stays on your tooth?
It stays on your tooth. It's like a little sticker.
Oh, so we're going to look like Nelly?
Yeah, you might have a little gold tooth.
ER.
Just a little Band-Aid on the cheek at the same time.
So, you can't hide it?
I don't know what the details are. It's pretty new tech. But I'm keen for this. I would be keen to know this stuff on kind of an instant basis, and know that like nutritionally that I can perform at my optimum for a longer period of time, because ultimately that's kind of hacking the way that your body works.
Mate, I got to tell you, you know, we're heavily investing here ourselves in wellness and the workplace. We've got two brands that we're launching into the market, and we're really starting to focus on education.
Well, we got the yoga every Monday as happening.
We're building a 35-person yoga studio at Hawthorne.
Amazing.
Under a new brand, a new business that we're building called Rebel Monk. We'll have Orange Theory Fitness, which is an intersect between tech. I'll be actually vlogging with the OTF people on Tuesday. We're a major Creative Cubes, a major investor in OTF Melbourne.
Nice.
But it's mental health as well, so we're trying to focus on that. So, you know, I look at the motor car or the car, and there's a ton of warning lights that come on when shit's not working.
Right? You know straight away.
I don't have that. I mean, I would love it if something was going on here. Maybe we'll get there. but I don't have that going on my body. And someone that unfortunately has a few, kidney issues, I'd love to know where I'm at and what's good, what's not.
And just something live and constant. You don't have to go to the doctor. Like it seems pretty archaic that you go to the doctor, you get a referral, you go get a blood test. Then the blood test takes a few days to come back, and then a week has passed when, like, potentially that information should be available to you immediately.
That week might be too late at that stage.
Right. So that's cool. And I think I'm excited.
I just don't want to be gold toothing myself. If you guys are gold tooth, all the best to you. It's not for me.
So let's hit some quick fire news. Uber pool in Sydney.
So Jared Webb, who's featured on the vlog,
Jared,
a lot actually brought me up to speed on that over lunch today.
Very cool. I think it'll be cool coming to Melbourne. Yeah. It's just generally an awesome idea. And
I actually challenged Jared, and it's not for him to say yes or no or like cool idea, like.
Or he could say yes after this public challenge.
No, not me personally. I challenged Uber. I'd love to have a Uber Eats subscription.
Sure. Okay.
And what I mean by that is I'm getting to the point where opening the phone and hitting the reorder button is becoming too much of a challenge. I just want that shit to rock up. Toby Lunch is here. Wouldn't it be cool if you
if you could schedule, or at least you could schedule.
Well, you can schedule it in the Uber Eats app, but I'd love to just go, guys, here's $700 a month.
Yep.
This is what I want. Maybe flick a notification. Are you ready for delivery? Yes.
Because choice isn't always easier, is it? I've just moved to Richmond here near Bridge Road, and I opened up Uber Eats on the night that we moved in, and I'm like, holy shit, I cannot choose what I'm going to eat. And I'm sitting there starving, and I'm flicking through like hundreds of restaurants. I'm like, just tell me what to eat.
There's a lot, right? But I would love a subscription to my dog food in the US and my kids' diapers and soaps and toilet paper all on subscription via Amazon, and it just ships every 2 weeks, fresh stuff coming in. And then we started doing the Amazon Fresh, which is basically supermarket delivery. Yeah.
And we got like your grocer that's local here that you can check out as well. So they're cool. I would just love a ready meal delivered. And my kids and I and Simi, we eat Uber Eats quite a bit. Yeah. Not the same thing every day, but and Sims cooks a lot for us, which is amazing. But I just would love that automation. Just another step of automation here. Yeah. Because I get to 1 o'clock and I'm like, I'm starving. And need to eat.
And then you rush across the road and you're like, quickly, I need something. And you don't make healthy decisions.
Yeah. So what else has happened? Have you seen Black Panther?
Have not.
So
it's amazing.
It's awesome, and I think the coolest part for me, there's a scene in Black Panther where one of the main characters steps into this like seated position like this, and she's got this controller. She puts on a VR headset, and next thing you know, she's driving a car remotely through the streets of Korea.
Wow.
And it's a race car, right? It's really cool.
So is it just a game that she's playing?
No, it's a real life car that she's doing.
Oh, so she's transporting herself.
Well, no, she's sitting remotely and transporting a car around. So there's another character who's like shooting out the window or something, and she's driving the car remotely so that the character who's actually in the action can do it. Really cool. So NVIDIA showcased this tech this week, and like a 20-second clip on YouTube I saw where someone can sit using VR and controls, and they were driving a car out in the parking lot outside the presentation. How cool is that?
So I've always visualized, actually I did a vlog with Kim from We Teach Me, and he's like, close your eyes, Toby. I close my eyes, he goes, picture the future, what do you see? I was like, I see my daughter like picking me up in her, like sitting next to me in the car, and we're like sitting next to each other chatting while the car's driving down the street. I can't wait for those days.
So good, right?
If I think about, it takes me on a bad day 30-40 minutes to get here from home. my phone is on Do Not Disturb because it automates when I get in the car, so there's no messages. I'm just listening to music, and you can call me, and I can answer from the wheel. But it'd be really cool if the car just took me here, and I was just able to
Zone
execute.
out, right?
Yeah, because it's dead time.
It's dead time,
And I think a lot about my parents' day. Call it 30 years ago. We have emails, stuff's happening. Here, sign this document. Go to DocuSign, do this. Like all that super fast. My parents used to like snail mail invoices, snail mail checks,
and that took time.
That shit is like 2 weeks to get paid. Even if like, hey, I'm gonna put the thing in the mail now, done. Hey, sure. I just got it. I'm putting this back. Like even that takes time, right? And so I think emails sped everything up super fast. Business are a lot higher velocity. I think the next thing, and I like the autonomous driving thing, but I think the real big value is getting that car time back.
Yeah. And maybe it solves the issue of, we were talking about autonomous driving last week and some potential issues with it. Maybe this can be somewhat, prevent some of the issues from happening. Maybe you can feel a car more. Maybe you can have those driverless experiences just with someone driving it remotely instead of having to be in the vehicle.
Yeah.
And that's a possibility also. I mean...
Yeah, but you still have someone sitting there doing this ways away. I like the idea of robots. Did we talk about Kiva?
We've spoken about Kiva and like all this. Yeah.
So there's no issues there. Those things are running around in the dark in some like regional towns.
We just need more sensors, you said last.
We need more sensors, which is cool, and I think a lot of the accidents are human error.
Yeah.
So if you can like completely eliminate all of that, you're gonna have a bit. Drink driving, gone.
Yep.
All those issues,
gone.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it's good. So other things that have happened this week locally, there's been an Aussie company called like Revy's Energy Strips. They're like caffeine strips that dissolve on your tongue.
Yeah.
They've raised $300K with equity crowdfunding. Pretty cool.
Cool. What's the point?
Instant caffeine for sports application.
Okay.
Mostly. We'll see how it's marketed.
I was about to say, I know Melbourne's a coffee connoisseur.
I would prefer the caffeine in the black shot that you get out of the La Marzocco machine, to be honest, but that's just me.
Nudge, wink, wink. Toby, get one of those machines in here. Okay.
Toby, get a coffee machine. And a payments app for students, or what started out as a payments app, QPay. They're essentially trying to become a payments hub for millennials. New banking system, and they raised $570K this week from angel investors.
I love it. You know, I've been going around to restaurants, in the neighborhood, and every single person has a different payment process. It's very rare. I mean, obviously I see the Tap Pay, ANZ, Westpac terminals, but some of the really cool companies have just got their iPad with a...
so much easier, right?
In the US, we had... Square.
Yeah.
Do they have it here?
Yeah, the Square here also.
Amazing. Tap.
Yeah. In the US, it was all the swipe stuff. They're still going on with the swipe. The tap is...
Yeah, tap is not... Well, Apple Pay is a big thing.
Apple Pay now.
Most of the banks in the US are Apple Pay enabled, which is really cool because I left my wallet home one day, had my Amex on my phone.
Easy.
Done. Westpac hasn't really got there yet. I'm with Westpac. I know ANZ.
I think they're slow to adopt though.
I don't know if they're going to. I think they're going to try and hold out and create their own way. I know Gavin Appel from One Stack has an ANZ card and he has Apple Pay on his watch, and on the weekends he has cellular. On the weekends doesn't take his phone.
It's amazing.
Genius.
New age technology, that's this week in startups. I've got Easter eggs. You've got Easter eggs.